Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today I'm going to be doing a box opening. I am guessing this is Santa Muerte setting guide for Dark Places and Demogorgons, which is put out by Bloat Games. So just got the package today, so I haven't even opened it yet, and so that's why this is a box opening. It's also why I'm guessing that this is the product that's in the box. I know it's from Bloat Games, but other than that, I'm not quite sure. So I might be surprised, and you might be surprised. And when I do dig into this, even though once again I've had the PDF, I don't do these box openings, and I don't preview these game contents ahead of time before I put them on the channel. That way you're seeing a very unscripted and unchained review of the contents of this box. So I'm going to switch views here and go to my bigger screen here, take out my trusty knife, and I am going to start opening this up. So, kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting this in the mail today, or anytime. Really, it was kind of off my radar. And Eric Bloat is is the main person over there at Bloat Games, and he has a Kickstarter coming up on May 4th, and that's for Bloat Games. Survive This Fantasy. So he's going into into the fantasy genre with a 2-book series. I'm really going to push that. As I do all of his products, I'm a huge fan of Bloat Games, and it's one of the few products that I show on this channel and tell you go out and buy it. I highly recommend all of his games. They integrate very well with each other as well. So you could be playing Survive This Zombies and take those characters from there and bring them into the superhero genre or into the Dark Places and Demogorgons genre. And, even into the... there's some genres like the Blackest of Death is more of a dark fantasy setting, so it would be kind of hard to... You could mechanically bring those characters over there, but it's kind of a hard setting to put them into. Same thing with taking your teenagers from Dark Places and Demogorgons or your superheroes and bring them into fantasy. But we'll see. They are all mechanically compatible with one another. So let me see. And like I said, I'm assuming, and actually I'm already starting to catch a glimpse of the book, so I know that this is what that is. And so this is my first look at the physical copy of Dark Places and Demogorgons, Santa Muerte setting guide, Santa Muerte, which means death, so Saint Death setting guide. And excuse me. So the book itself is basically 120 pages of content. Even the back, the last page is a content page. So 120 pages of content, and this is a setting guide, so it's going to... So let's switch views here, and we'll start flipping through it. So here we go. I might have to adjust my camera a little bit to give you a good look and see that you can make things out. So the project lead developer was Jody Brandt. Jody Brandt runs the YouTube channel Questwise. Highly recommend it too. It's also one of my featured links on this channel here as well. So you should definitely check out his stuff. He does great RPG game reviews as well. So Jody Brandt, and then the writers are Eric Bloat, Jody Brandt, Josh Palmer, and Justin Isaac. Josh Palmer was a game I just recently did. He put out the Blackest Space game, which is really looks like a cool game. You should definitely look into that as well. Um, Brandish Gillum and Aka Runehammer, aka I'm sorry, aka Runehammer, is the cover art. Uh, Interior art is by Diego Nogueira and Bradley McDevitt. Layouts by Eric Bull. Editing by Michelle Lee. Dark Places and Demogorgons. Bloat Games. And logo by Jeff Jones. So 2020. So you could still pick this up. You can get this on drive-through. You can get this, and I have a link for drive-through. They can go there and then just type in Bloat Games, and you'll bring up all of his stuff. And you can certainly get it for PDF now. I think you probably get the soft cover, either very soon or possibly even by now as well. So building off of Dark Places and Demogorgons, you have new classes, which is the first section here. So you'll have the Drifter, the Final Girl, the Most Executive Dude, the Revenant, the Rocker, the Talking Animal, a Teenage Runaway, and the Undead Hunter. Then you have the places, so places of interest, and the adventures and adversaries. So you have quite a few adventures thrown in here, and adversaries. So let's take a look. So here, let's see. Let's turn up the phone. So yes, I'm missing persons. I can see what he did here. So he has all of the people involved with the making of the game, and so you have Eric Bloat. So missing persons that they have here. That's pretty cool. Kind of funny. So the City of the Dead. All right. So Santa Muerte, California. All right. So usually his settings are in Tennessee, I believe. So now this is in California. The history of the pre-Spanish settlement, and then the Spanish and Mexican settlement. When we go through, and as always, the art in his books are just amazing. And so really cool stuff. So here we go with the classes. So the way that he has the classes broken down is they'll have a class description, and then the prerequisites. All right, so a survival of at least 10, all right, is a prerequisite score, and then at level 1 it'll give the various skill abilities that they have at different levels. So you have the level advancement at level 2. This is what takes place, and so on. Actually, I'll drop this down a little bit. Starting equipment, and then a little, this is from a Whitesnake's song, Here I Go Again. So this is a drifter. And each class basically has the same kind of framework. I mean, there's a description, the prerequisites for the class, the level 1 abilities, and then level progression, and what happens as they progress up their levels, and so far as starting equipment. And then this one here has a Duran Duran, so that seems to be a theme going on in this, is that every character class is going to have a song that Eric has kind of attached to it. So the most excellent dude or dudette, so charisma of 10 required. Looks like dancing, fashion knowledge, local knowledge, pop culture, video games, and 3 other skills of your choice. And it goes through and talks about their level advancement. And this is the song Good Times by In Excess and Jimmy Barnes. Starting equipment, they go through all of these. A Revenant, Survival 11 is the required prerequisite. basic skills, brawling, martial arts, intimidation, investigation, ranged weapons, stealth, and 2 other skills. They can run at 3 times your move and have a toughness of +1. So that's pretty tough. They have undead abilities. That's pretty cool. So you're actually playing an undead character here with a Revenant. All right, so that's pretty interesting. Revenant's purpose, and so on. Revenant's primary enemies. So quite a bit on this class. Revenant's weaknesses, their starting equipment. Seek and Destroy by Metallica is the song that is attached to this. So here's the rocker. I'm more concerned about like what does he have as the song now, the song attached to each class. So the rocker is John Cougar Mellencamp, play guitar. Okay, and a talking animal, very interesting. There is no prerequisite, so basic athletics at +2. Outdoorsmanship, choose whether you can speak or to those you wish, or if you or everyone can hear you talk. So you can choose if only certain people can hear you or if others. Starting equipment is a collar with your name on it and a secret stash of food. All right, so you're actually playing a character, an animal character. Shock the Monkey by Peter Gabriel is the song. Teenage Runaway. Let me guess. So it could be John Bon Jovi Runaway, but we'll see. And it is. Okay, look down here. It is John Bon Jovi Runaway before I even saw it. So I'm starting to figure out, Eric. I knew that was almost a giveaway. So not much of a guess. Lost in the Shadow by Lou Gramm is for the Undead Hunter. I'm not familiar with that song. So the places of interest. The Broadwalk. Adventure Seeds. That's what I like about his setting books, is that with each location, I'm kind of far out here. Let me pull this out a little bit further. Kind of zoomed in a little too much. With each of his setting areas. So this is the Blazing Sun Church, and they include setting adventure seeds for that. So you could really do I'm sorry, let me get my camera set up here a little bit better. Let me see, I'm still twisted. There we go. Sorry about that. So as you can see, with each location, they have adventure seeds. So you could really play an open world with this setting where you put your characters out there and then determine, with the map of the city, as they're traveling around, they can, you could just throw these seeds at them and add some of your own. So this is enough to get you started and to really do an open world campaign with your either group of players or even solo. I'm actually preparing to do a Vigilante City campaign with just one player that I play with in several other games with, and he wanted to he wanted to play in a superheroes game, and so I said, hey, take a look at this, and he created a character, and we're going to get that started as soon as I get all of my other gaming sorted out. Probably sometime after Cobalt Con this weekend, and then I'll start looking to get his campaign started. So Clara Cliff overlooking the point, and so here's some adventure seeds for that, and here we have some really, really good artwork. And so on. Let's see if anything else stands out. We'll just go to Toad Twins comics. All right, so a comic shop, and then what you can encounter inside the comic shop, our adventure seeds for the comic shop. So these are actual adventures now. So I'm not going to tear through these because I don't want to spoil anything. Babysitters beware. And so about 2 pages, 2.5 pages long. Froyo is delicious. Mummy Sorcerer's Apprentice, about 2 pages long. So these are very, very short little adventures. Or they're individual like NPCs, and then there's like an adventure tie-in to that person, like an adventure seed. But very cool stuff. Here's some pre-gen characters. Yeah, we jumped right into pre-gen characters here. Here are 4 primary members of the Neofangs. All right, so these might be NPCs that you would face. So perhaps not something off the coast. The zombie outbreak scenario. Vampire template, I guess, for creating vampires. And that's pretty much it. So once again, I'll turn it over. Once again, thank you for joining. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And, have a great time checking out some of these games. These games, from Bloat Games are all excellent. Really look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon, especially playing these games here. I will have some upcoming time right after the convention this weekend to run some of these games. So be on the lookout for those. I'll advertise them on Facebook and also on this channel as well. If I do have an upcoming game that you'd want to take a look at specifically for Bloat Games. So, like I said, I know I'm running something for Vigilante City, and I'm planning on doing a solo with the Blackest Space. So we'll see how that turns out as well, and maybe I'll document that and how that's going. Playing that solo, trying to create something along those lines. So anyway, thanks for joining. Have a great week upcoming, and I look forward to seeing you. Stay safe out there with everything going on. Take care.